All right, guys, welcome back. So, look, I'm back doing gun reviews. I'm finally back. Every gun that I buy, every single thing that you guys put in, I'm gonna start buying from now on. Let me adjust this chair. So, first things first. As you guys know, I took a long minute to come back to doing this, simply because everybody knows what happened with my camera guy, who was also my best friend and all that. It really just took a lot out of me. A lot of people didn't understand that the fact of when you lose someone that close, and that was the only reason I started this whole YouTube thing. It originally started off as an idea where we're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do this and it'd be a whole big joke. Video got a whole bunch of views, got like 160,000 views. And I was like, you know what? This is actually nice. Let's keep going. So right now, if you still subscribe to me, you're wondering what you subscribe for. Back in the day, I used to do gun videos, sword reviews, knife reviews, all of that stuff. Then a certain life event happened where my cameraman is no longer with us anymore. Rest in peace to him. But I feel like I still should be doing these videos. I had fun doing them, and so we're gonna get back to it. Now, a couple things have changed. I'm a father now, so some of these videos is gonna take a lot longer. And the other part to that being I work a lot, but we still gonna find time to do these reviews. Gonna review the guns, show you guys the basic essential functions of the guns, and we're also gonna do like shooting tests every now and then. Go do, shoot things and watch things blow up. So today we got a pistol. I did like a little poll back a couple months back, and I was just like, just wanting to see if you guys want to see a rifle or a pistol. Well, I think the rifle won, but we're doing a pistol. So I know you guys are probably wondering, well, what's the point of us voting? Well, technically, I catered to both parties, because what I got right now is technically one of the hottest guns out right now. As far as like, you see everybody, like the younger generation, which I guess is what I'm gonna have to refer to them as, because I'm gonna be 25 as this month. But the younger generation has really made these guns pop. So today here we have the American Tactical Alpha Maxx. As you guys can see, this is an AR pistol. This one is chambered in 5.56. It is not loaded at all. Like, as you guys can see, it's empty. But I always keep a full mag, or like the magazine in with rounds in it. I just don't keep it with one in the chamber. This is not my home defense gun, believe it or not, because what caliber it's shooting and how loud it is, it's definitely not going to be one of those where it's like, oh, this is my go-to. So a couple things about this. Immediately, I fell in love with it because I was like, I wanted something with a stock. I don't like the whole, there's a pole I don't like that whole pole look. It just looks weird. The place I bought it from did already get this sight. Like, I mean, she sold it to me with this. So, I mean, it has like the built-in laser or whatever. Actually, I think the battery in this thing's dead, because I didn't change it, or I changed it not too long ago. But it's just a little simple little red dot. And it did come with the iron sights that the gun already comes with. But we're gonna definitely have some fun shooting this thing, because it's gonna be a really nice range gun. I think the laser's just like shot on this thing. As far as like this sight, it's not really all bad, but it's not bad either. But a couple key things. As far as weight, I don't know if it's because of how my strength is or what, but this gun itself, the weight is kind of iffy, man. Like, now, a lot of you guys may not have known this because I never showed that gun on the channel or anything, but at one point I had a CZ Scorpion, which was a 9mm, and it was tan. However, that gun, which I'll buy it again and do a review on it, but it was extremely heavy towards the front end. So with this gun, it's not that heavy on the front end. With the Scorpion, I would have struggled to do this. Also from the back, I mean, unless you're just gonna hold it like for forever, it's not really all that bad. But as far as the breakdown on this, is pretty simple. The mag release has to get broken in a lot more because, I mean, it's just, I don't know. The button is not really as smooth as it should be. And no, this isn't fully loaded. This is a 60 round magazine. There's only like 20 rounds in here. Simply because there's no need to have more than, putting 60 rounds in this thing would be just crazy. Also, when we go shoot it now, that'll be a different story. We'll probably end up doing a full mag dump like we do in like how we used to do in all the videos. I'm really excited to see what this thing is gonna do as far as like the accuracy, the recoil, and just to see how well it functions under like different circumstances. Now, due to the fact that this is like the only one that I have as far as like AR pistols go, will not be like just destroying this thing just to see we're not gonna torture test it. But we will be putting it to the test as far as reliability, accuracy, things of that sort. And I did buy this gun brand new, so I got it like extremely brand new. She actually made like a little bundle with this gun, which was actually pretty nice. So it came with the case over there. Well, yeah, the little case over there. And it has like mag pouches and things of that sort. We also have, like I said, it came with the sight. Actually, I think I still got here's like the red dot thing that it came with. But it did also come with iron sights, which if you give me a second, I'll be able to pull those out as well. All right, here we go. So these are the iron sights it came with, you know, just like your typical iron sights. When we take this thing out and shoot it, we will be taking it to the range and shooting it with iron sights as well, just to see, you know, how it's going to perform as far as that. Now, would I recommend this? Yes, I absolutely would recommend this, especially if you're like looking for like an AR platform pistol or like an AR pistol. For the price point that I got it for, I mean, you can't really beat it. I'm all for you get what you pay for, but with the price that I paid for this, I can firmly say this is actually not that bad. Especially with everything that it came with. Are there nice ones out there? Probably. Now, originally, when I was looking at this, I was gonna go with a 300 Blackout, but I just figured to go with the 5.56 simply because it's just, I don't know. I've always been the guy that's kind of just strayed away from the 300 Blackout just because I never really cared for it. I've always just been more of the 5.56 guy, kind of like how most of my one of my buddies is more of an AK guy. I've always been more of an AR guy. But this is definitely one of the guns where I was just like, I know I wanted it. It just took me a minute to get it and then to decide whether I was, you know, what I was gonna go get as far as like when I wanted to buy this gun or anything like that. But a couple other things that I've noticed about it since having it, it literally rotates. So that part, not too fond on that. I'm sure that can be adjusted, but as far as like the grip, I mean, could it be better? Yes, but that's with almost any gun that you buy. That could always be better. So I know I'm giving you guys like a look on this side of it. We'll give you a look at the other side of it as well. This is what the other side looks like, you know. So as far as, like I said, I mean, it's really a short gun, really a short gun. Man, I think the only thing that I'm really just excited to see is about how loud this thing is compared to like my full-size ARs. I don't particularly, as far as I can tell, the trigger pull is about the same. It's not extremely hard or extremely heavy. It's not something that, you know, somebody wouldn't be used to. As far as breaking the gun down, it's pretty simple. I mean, like, Hold on. Now, as you guys know, I'm also like I also try to be educational about these videos. So for the people that aren't really gun experts or know how to take things, you should always know about your gun is how to break it down. You should always know how to, how to clear it. That should be the number one about any gun, is always knowing how to clear it. Always making sure it's pointed in a safe direction. Never doing anything with a magazine in it with rounds. As far as like, I've put that one in, but I've never like chambered around while I'm inside. As you guys can see, I'm inside. But things you should know is how to take your gun down, basically. So as you can see, pop those pins out like that. Don't really want to point the barrel at the end of the gun, but I mean, like, well, point the barrel directly at the camera, but I mean, this is what it looks like to be on the other side. Pray you guys never have to experience that, or pray that you never, yo being stupid and trying to be on the other end of it. But pop these little pins just like that, and then it'll break down like that, and then boom. So now you have the upper and the lower. So as far as like some of you gun gurus, you guys know how to oil these things and things of that sort. You got your spring back there and all that other stuff, all that good stuff right there. But those are the things you should know about breaking your gun down. You should always know how to take it apart, simply because that's just part of, if you're gonna do something or own something, you should know about it. It's just like a car. If you own a car, you should know where the transmission, how to check the transmission fluid, oil, all that stuff, washer fluid, all of those are things that you should know and know where they're at before buying the car, or before, even if you don't, you should learn those things first about the thing after you bought it. Like, for instance, I just bought a Charger and I can tell you almost everything about my car. But yeah, so that's really how you take that apart. I mean, as far as like taking it apart, it's not hard, to be honest with you. It's basic, pretty basic. There we are. I mean, it's pretty much all you're gonna have to really be able to do, but just knowing the key essentials of how to take my gun apart and things of that sort, you just never know. Especially you want to know things like this, like when it comes to cleaning it and stuff of that sort, and making sure your guns are well maintained. Number one causes of guns jamming isn't always, sometimes guns jamming are definitely user errors. A lot of guns sometimes need to be broke in. Some guns don't come with as much oil as others. I bought a Palmetto State Armory 308. It was a AR-10. Came with tons of oil. The thing had so much oil on it. Then I also had the Panzer Arms AR-12. That gun, oh my God, dude, it was bare. Like, it didn't have hardly any oil at all. And I had to basically take the whole thing apart and apply as much oil as I needed. But you always want to do that just to, for one, ensure that the gun's gonna run the way it was intended to. Simply because that's another key thing of safety as far as like putting this back together. You just line those holes up, and then boom, that'll lock into place like that, and you just push through. Boom, now your gun's back, fully functional, able to run, able to do whatever you want it to do. Only thing I'm gonna probably do with this thing, as far as like additions, I don't see the need in adding another grip or anything to it. The only thing I'm probably gonna do is probably put a flashlight on like a flashlight canted to the side of it. I don't really want to add too much to it because it's a pistol. I mean, the scope's got to be adjusted. I just threw it on there for the video's sake, but I mean, it's a pistol. You don't want it to be extremely heavy, because the more you add to it, the heavier it gets. Such as also, you have to take into consideration this, and if it was to be fully loaded, the amount of weight that this thing is gonna have. I mean, But overall, no complaints as of yet. We're definitely gonna find out more once we take it to the range to see, you know, how it's gonna perform. If it, you know, if it jams, if it has any malfunctions or anything like that. I will be applying oil to it, as you know, before we shoot it. But it's gonna be fun. You guys can drop in the comments what you guys want to see us shoot with this thing, and I'm gonna do my best to try to get that video out as soon as possible too, and kind of just have like a couple of different things to shoot, a couple of different objects. You guys can, like I said, you can put in the comments what you want to see me do with this thing. It's definitely gonna be coming very, very soon. I got a couple of things I got to take care of, but I might end up filming this while I'm on vacation for work, simply because then I have some of the most free time that I'll ever have. While I'm thinking about it, I'll go ahead and show you what else this gun came with, as far as like, so if you were to buy the gun brand new, just like I did, what it's gonna come with. All right, so here we got the box. As you can see, it says American Tactical. Just go ahead and open this thing. I mean, first they're gonna give you the instructions. Yeah, those are all full size ARs, but I mean, they still give you like this is how you'll learn how to take apart the gun and all that other stuff, the essential functions, and how to clean, how to maintain it, things of that sort. This thing only came with like a 20 round magazine apparently, but I got a 60 round, so does not mean every time I'm gonna load it to 60, but you just get your basic run-of-the-mill stuff. If you don't use these, I advise you use them, because we got idiots in this nation that think guns just walk around shooting themselves. It comes from improper storage and too easy of access. I have a daughter. Anytime my daughter's around, none of these guns are loaded. None of these guns are even within her sight. That is the key to stopping a lot of this shit. My guns have never, I'm finna be 25. Since I bought my first gun at 16 and 18, none of my guns have ever just walked and just started doing any violent acts. So it really just starts with proper discipline and things of that sort. Also, like, if you guys are wondering what rounds are in there right now, just these right here. Like, this little X-Tac 5.56 rounds. I mean, you can buy them from like Academy. Like, they're not. They're a lot more than what I would like to be paying for it, which everybody can agree on that. None of us really want to pay that much. This video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. But I'll tell you, I'll buy these a lot, but when it was the 308 rounds, I freaking hated that, bro. Like, that's a lot of money to be coming off of for every single like 20 round box. Yeah, just another, like I said, 60 round mag. This gun, actually, I thought this was kind of cool. Came with gun oil. It came with gun oil already. Only thing I hate about it is the way that it's in this, because once you use, like, there's no way to preserve this. Which, I mean, you can definitely use all of this, but I just feel like at that point, the gun's just gonna be spitting out gun oil. And some guys like that. Some guys love that. And they just like, they love to put as much oil on. Pause. Some guys love to put lots of gun oil on their guns. Me, personally, I don't typically go for that. Like, as long as it's enough for my gun to run efficiently, that's as much oil as I need. There's no need to drown a gun in oil. When I was in law enforcement, I noticed a lot of guys used to love that. And I'm just like, I don't like it. Because also, the more oil you have, the more easy grit gets caked into the gun, which can also cause a malfunction. So it's one of those things where you don't want to put too much, but you don't want to put too little either, because you don't want your gun to be just dry. But you also don't want it to be super wet with oil, that all that stuff is getting caked up in it and it's collecting dirt and all that other stuff. Also, normally I'll keep my guns kind of drier, not like excessively with oil, but like just enough oil to barely get by when they're being stored. However, when I get ready to run the guns, that's when the most oil is applied, to where it's like, hey, this is the amount of oil I'm gonna be using, especially if I'm mag dumping, if I'm doing a lot of use on different guns. But this gun, we're gonna take it out, see what it can do, things of that sort. Like I said, if you guys have any recommendations of other guns you'd like to see, throw suggestions in the comments. I will be looking at those comments to see what else is gonna be next that we're gonna purchase, and to see what else we're gonna be using to take out and shoot. We'll be doing a review on my everyday carry, which is the Springfield Hellcat. Lots of you guys already know what that is. If you've been watching my channel, I'm pretty sure you're into guns. You should know what the Springfield Hellcat is. If not, that's perfect. I'm gonna teach you and give you a review just like this. But we're also gonna be shooting a lot of these. This time it's just not the review. It's not to shoot it. It's just a review to show you guys what I got and what to be expecting. So that way this. All right. So anyways, guys, ignore my child's fridge over there. But yeah, that's it for the video. We're gonna, like I said, drop in the comments what you want to see next, guns, what type of reviews, stuff like that, and see you guys in the next one.